All right. Hey, thank y'all for tapping back in the Streetball the Pro, your man, the ambassador. And I got my man Ballaholic. Ballaholic is back. Those who was here with us last night, you know what I mean? Everybody know Super Bowl. He is a true San Francisco fan. Like for real, for real. You know what I mean? So, you know, I got mad love for him because he's still hanging in there and he's still coming out and he's doing what he said he was going to do. Like he said last night, sometimes how this is really how life is. You go through some situation and you may not feel like it. You don't want to do it, but you got to still get it done. And that's what my man is making it happen. And today we got JT on with us who's going to talk to us. And JT, I always tell y'all they special, which they are. You know what I mean? He's a part of the Admirals family on the men's side, the international. So what Ballaholic is doing now, he's the captain of the team, and we go all over the world. JT was a part of when I first got started and took a group over to China. He was one of my guards that played in the States with me. He lives in Canada, but he used to come. This is commitment ball from Canada down to Seattle or Kitsap, him and G2. Those are my guys up there. They used to make that trip every year just to hoop with us. You know what I mean? And
Right.
he went to China with us. And so I had the opportunity to coach him, I say as a young pup, you know what I mean? And get his thing. And now he's still young, you know what I mean? Don't think, he's older, but the switch up now from hooping to actually being a business owner and having one of the top training companies in Canada. So, man, you know what I mean? I like to ramble, and we're going to get more into that. But we're going to open up to JT so we can hear a little bit about your background, my man.
Right. Well, man, appreciate you having me on, Coach Ash. It's been a while. We ain't connected in a while, but I appreciate you having me on and being able to just rap with y'all, man. See what you're doing. I love what you're doing, and I always rock what you're doing, man. So it's dope. But keep it real simple. Born and raised in Nassau, Bahamas, and for some that don't know, it's a small country in the Caribbean, but pretty much the best country in the world. Born and raised, man. So for me, basketball was a means to an end. Got me out of a lot of trouble. Kept me out of trouble. Kept me focused in a lot of ways. So born and raised there. I'm a family of four brothers. Uh, pretty much it's real simple, man. Like I'm a simple guy. I love the game. I'm a faith-based person, so my faith is huge. My mom instilled that in me. So everything that I do, I function out of that foundation. For me, play basketball over here in Canada, got the opportunity, and that's what brought me here. And then I met my wife, and that's what kept me here. So Canada, yeah, I went to school, played ball, met my wife at school, and then transitioned over to the west coast of Canada, where it's pretty much the best spot I would say in Canada, to be honest. And then from there, I connected with my guy Gabe Gibbs, and then from there, Gabe connected me with Coach Ash, and I was just out of college, and I said, yo, this is an opportunity I need to be a part of. And from there, I made that sacrifice and a commitment just to be a part of Kids App Admirals. Saw what Ash was doing, see how he's actually carrying himself as a coach, and how, galvanizing men, young men in particular, for a common vision, even though everybody was scattered and doing their own thing. For me, I saw that as an opportunity to grow. So told my wife, I said, yo, and I had my daughter at the time was like 2 years old, like young girl. So we would drive down and make it a commitment to come out and hoop and be a part of this program, this organization, and then traveling. I can't ask for nothing better. I think for me, basketball, I'm so serious about it that like for me to look at an opportunity like that to say, oh, I'm gonna drive down 2 hours, it wasn't nothing, because that's how serious I looked at the game, and that's how serious I looked at bettering myself, putting myself actually in situations that I can better just equip myself in another way. So, long story short, man, I appreciate you, Coach Ash.
Man, I appreciate you as always, JT. You know what I mean? Like I said, the commitment itself. I think that was one of the things, right? When you think about it, everybody talking about, they want something, but when you actually have to sacrifice and go through it, you know what I mean? To drive, like you said, 2 hours. It wasn't just, Ballaholic. It wasn't just across the street. It wasn't no.
No.
It
That's a 4 hour trip. 2 there, 2 back.
Yeah, and that's crazy because some people have a problem driving 20 minutes to go somewhere and work out. You know what I mean? Like 20 minutes. If it's raining too, 20. Oh man, I ain't going. Like, bro, it's only 20 minutes, but then you driving, 2 hours down. Yeah, that's a different type of commitment.
And he had a family. You know what I mean? That's the best part, right? You know what I mean? And that's one of the things. Salute. That's one of the things that got me and JT connected is our faith. You know what I mean? What we stand on, what we believe, which is Christ. You know what I mean? And from there, just my thing as at that time, trying to also be a mentor, even in marriage, the mistakes and the things that I've made in the past, this and that, and trying to just be an example. You know what I mean? Say, hey, this is what it looks like, and that's one thing I love about JT. He was, not only did he speak it, but he lived it. You know what I mean? His wife, his kids, and I love his kids. They all big now. I'm like getting them all mixed up like an old man. Hey, wait, no, he wasn't around. You know what I mean? Things like that.
Yeah.
One of those where I had a chance to watch him grow. You know what I mean? And that's one of the things that I love and respect about you is as you grew, not only as a man, a husband, a player, but a businessman. You know what I mean? Now you look at it, and that's one thing I try to preach to the guys and girls that I work with is say, you have to understand the business of basketball. You know what I mean? Everybody just want to go overseas and play, but what are you doing while you're at home, while you're waiting?
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's the training part, there's coaching and all of those things. And JT, man, he's killing it. You know what I mean? It's mad love. We got over 11K, you know what I mean, on Instagram. I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, I remember it. You know what I mean? When he was a young dude. And here he is traveling the world and he's touching kids, lives all over through the game of basketball. And so salute to you. You know what I mean? So that's another reason why I felt like, Ball, I need to get JT on. Let me reach out to JT and get him on because I need people to hear his story. You know?
Facts, yeah.
And so, man, so tell us, so you said you went to college. What college did you attend in Canada?
I went to a school called Providence University College. We played in the States in the NCCAA. So it's like a National Christian Collegiate Association. So I was in between Canada and the States. So we did a lot of different travels all over north central part of Minnesota, that area, North Dakota, because my school was in Manitoba. So we did a lot of travel down south. A lot of travel down south.
The game is different in Canada, isn't it? I mean,
I would say it very much is. It's like I grew up, like I said, in Bahamas. So I played a lot high level AAU.
Okay.
So my high level AAU, or growing up in high school was right in Orlando, Walt Disney Complex. So I played a lot of my basketball in America. Okay. So for me in the States, the style of play, it's always hard and gritty. How I grew up is always hard and gritty. So you come here, it's just a different style. It's a lot. I mean, depending on where you are, I would say. BC is a bit more of a finesse type style, like shooting. You have the rare, gritty kind of players, but for the most part, guys are very finesse. We got that the West Coast flavor kind of vibe, and Ontario, that side of the Canada is like more gritty. You got dudes like it's just a different style. You could tell BC players or BC West Coast, East Coast kind of vibe.
Right.
That's what I've noticed now, being an outsider, being here.
How's the street ball scene out there? Is it still active?
Street ball is, I say, it's in between. It is active, but it's not like I'm not a big street ball dude, but I'll go and hoop. I'm a hooper, so if I get the opportunity to hoop, I'm hoop. And I'm cool with a lot of my guy like Joey Haywood. He's a fanatic. That's his DNA. Street
King
ball.
Handle. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So he gonna make street ball a lot active anywhere he go. But I wouldn't say it's a big thing. Like you do a lot of ball. Like basketball is growing a lot, and I ain't gonna be like I'm not gonna be like it ain't growing. Like Canada is literally like, it's stepping up in a lot of ways. You got some real good quality hoopers, and especially on this side too. There's some real good quality hoopers, man. So
Definitely, because the TBL just merged with Canada. I think last season the TBL merged with someone out there in Canada. I know they got like 2 or 3 teams, maybe 2 teams that are in the TBL right now that are from Canada. I think
it was one team in Quebec.
Yeah. Quebec City, yes.
Yeah. So man, Quebec. Oh, I think another one might have been in Manitoba, but I think Quebec for sure had a team in there. And I had some guys that I knew was a part of it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
TBL still going.
Still going. Oh yeah. It's getting better. They sending dudes to the NBA, man. So it's getting better. Oh yeah. They're sending dudes. You have dudes that will get sent to the summer league, and the next you know they got contracts. You'll see guys getting sent to training camps, and then you see them. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I played in TBL for 2 years, and I remember even after my first year, there was a guy at the summer league with that. They had the TBL summer league and the NBA summer league going at the same time. The guy literally from the TBL summer league, they sent him over to the NBA summer league. Like literally. Yeah. And they a couple of guys, I think maybe 2 players had signed contracts with Oklahoma Thunder. Mm-hmm. And then there's like a couple more. I think one had played for the Clippers. So guys are getting there. And then now they have a super league, which is, like I said, it's connected with Canada. So they got a super league now. So it's like I said, it's getting better, man. They're getting, I'm telling you, like they kind of almost neck and neck with the G League. Almost. I'm gonna say almost.
They don't do much promotion, huh?
And that's what I'm saying. They don't have that kind of them sponsors like the NBA G League has those sponsors and those connections. But
yeah, like because to hear that.
Yeah. And it's, you know what? And it's not consistent because the West Coast is not that many teams. It's not that much, skill set as the Midwest, down south, and back east. Back east, you got so many different teams, and then the West Coast, you got, from all the way from Washington all the way down to Southern California, and then that's that whole West Coast, and it's only maybe 12 teams. Where East Coast, you got 20, 30 teams on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? And they all rocking with each other. So it's an imbalance for sure, but they promoting it as much as they possibly can. It's a good league, though. Like, it's a real good league. You're definitely guaranteed to get somewhere in that league. And it's nothing but hoopers. You're not going to play against any team, and it ain't going to be one player that's good at something. You know what I mean? So
that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Wani, you remember Wani?
Oh, Wani. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Wani just he just tapped in and he said the TBL is going great. Shout out to my man Wani. I know he's down with the Vancouver.
He in there? He in there now?
Yeah. He's down there. He's been with Vancouver Volcanoes, and like I said, the TBL honestly is really like that. Like you said,
that's tough, man. Wani, I always like Wani.
Yeah. That's my guy, right? So,
but Wani had that dog.
Yes,
that dog, man.
And so the TBL is really like that, you know what I mean? And so that's what we're saying, that there's different levels to the game. And if you can get in the TBL, the right organization, you know what I mean? Really, sky's the limits in a sense, you know what I mean? Because there's so many doors that are opening. A lot of overseas, a lot of, like, if you say pro, organization are looking to go to the TBL. You know what I mean? If it's not G League, they're going to the TBL, and their cats is getting jobs. It's really like that. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So, okay, man, you went from college to where you go out of college?
Man, so when I went, being done, my journey kind of was a little bit of roller coaster. The wifey was still had one more year in school, and when I graduated, I told her, I said, I'm gonna work on my game to try to give myself an opportunity. And she's like, all right, well, you go to work, you go do that, and then I'll just stay and work for the summer. So over the summer, I think 2014, somewhere around there, or 2013, 2014. I went down to Orlando and I stayed there for a summer, and I was working with an NBA trainer, like pro trainers over there. I learned a lot about myself, man, even about the reality of playing professional. Like people think it's sweet, man. I met some dudes that, that got 3 kids and they hustling, trying to stay on a job, find jobs. So just, it was crazy. I was like, man, do I really want this kind of life? Like to be able to take a job here in Mexico and maybe not get paid, or go to this place in Germany and you in a totally different space where people don't speak your language. They look at you a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been working out with different people and seeing that kind of lifestyle where you got guys that, hustling to find jobs. You doing this, doing that. And I played in this Summer Pro League as a SPL. At the time, it was in LA. And it was this thing was pretty dope. It had a collection of some of the top Drew League, all the different players coming in, guys who just graduated, guys who playing G League, all in one space, and it was a dope opportunity to really see where I matched up coming straight out of school, and I got a reality check. I'm like, man, I got to work on my game. Yeah. I got to get not just work on my game, but I got to get good quality reps because I come from college and playing against pros is too different.
Yeah.
And I realized that too, huh? I realized that too, man. I'm like, and even I realized that even more when we played in China.
Yeah.
Seeing dudes like, that one Russian team that we played against, and like you said, I think Division II or something like that. One Russian team that we played against, and you seeing the level of these guys and how cerebral they are, not just talent-wise, but how smart they are.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like it was just it's a different game. So I feel like almost every year from there, like I just got better just by learning more, gaining more information. But at the time, once you graduated, you don't got that much time to do that. Yeah. You ain't got that much time. You either a pro player, or you either a good quality player or not. All right, if because those opportunities are very, very small. Everybody fighting for them. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
I had to make that decision, and I had you know what? If there's something I really want to keep doing, I got to pursue it now and pursue it hard, or just think about the next route. So,
before you say something, gotta give a shout out. Wani said he used to watch you Ballaholic at Jamal's house as a kid. You know what I mean? So, so Wani, like for us, we JT, yeah, shout out to Coach Mike Ben. Salute
Mike
to you. You know what I mean? All of us, we used to run together. That's my crew. When you talk about the Admirals, we real close. And so,
okay.
Wani was my dog. He was the captain, one of the captains that I had. That he was a different animal. You know what I mean? And so he's still, and he's from out of Seattle. So he was just saying that he used to watch you at Jamal.
Oh, hey, much love, Brody. Hey, much love, Monty, man. It's all good, man. Hey, ain't nothing really changed. I'm still doing the same thing, man. Still putting the ball in the basket. Ain't nothing too much changed. Just got older, but that first step's still there. I still, you know what I mean? So much love to you, though, bro. Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
we're gonna try to, like you said, working on getting Ballaholic up here in Seattle so we can run in the pro-am. So y'all gonna see a reunion of the squad. Be bringing the dogs back out. Ballaholic gonna be joining us. You know what I mean, as well. And so that's the one of those things. We'll say Wonny turns up on defense. Absolute dog. Yes, he does. No, when you see Wonny, he's one of the best defenders. When you talk about taking charges, he mastered that. He's one of those dudes.
Yeah.
I need to stop some kind of way. He get there, he get that charger. We're going the other way.
Yeah, he letting you know too. He talk.
Yeah.
He lets you know. I'm funny, man.
No, but that's what like players like me love that because like I know how to. I don't know. It's like I say, like how he talks. Like my game will just balance that out. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been playing for so long, I know how to adjust to. I mean, I'm like I said, I don't really like. Coach Ashley knows this. I hate talking about myself, even when it comes to the game of basketball, like little stuff. But I just know how to go around certain stuff when it comes to. You know what I mean? Different challenges. And I've went against a lot of good defensive guys like that. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it'll trigger something. You feel me? No matter what kind of defender you are, no matter how you guard me, I've dealt with that even since high school. Boxing one, being triple team, you got guys talking trash. I've been through it all the way through college, professional, street ball. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, it'll trigger something. It's like, okay, I know what to do. And the fact that, like I said, the age that I'm at now, like I get it because I know he's way younger than me. You know what I'm saying? He can't be older than me talking like that. You see what I'm saying? So I already know, but that's what I love about guys like that. You feel me? And not the fact that I'm saying like, oh, I bust his ass, but it's just that lets you know how guys work on their crafts. How confident guys are. Because I remember Coach Ashley and I had a podcast with a guy named Winston. Was it Winston, right?
Winston,
I was like, and I asked him like, yo, what if Jay Crawford get in front of you? Like, you know what? I don't care. I lock up. Like I get who he is, but I just lock up. I'm a challenger. So that's the stuff that yeah. It don't matter who you are, what age. It doesn't matter. And that's another point that I'm making too. Is really it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? You can say all that. You feel me? But like again, someone always can, bring you back down to earth, man. But again, like I love guys. I love that talk, man, because it's basketball, and that's what basketball is. It's trash talk. Like you feel me?
Yeah.
So,
Coach Mike said, "What's up, Jay?"
Mike.
Yeah, Coach Mike, up your way.
Yeah. Coach Mike. What's good, Coach Mike? Where you at, man? I ain't seen Coach Mike in a while.
I know. I'm trying to. Hey, Coach Mike, we're gonna have to do something. I told you we gotta do a camp together, bring us all back together out that way. You know what I mean? We get some games, we figure out something up that way.
Yeah, I know we gotta figure something out.
Yeah, we gotta do a reunion. Shout out to Ben, Canada, my man. I used to hoop with back in PSNS tournaments. Man, you bringing out, man. That's back when I was a young buck still hooping. When we used to hoop. You know what I mean? Yeah, you trying to have me tell my age now. You know what I mean? But mad love to you. He talking about, he got, and I appreciate all the love and the support that the Admirals have had throughout, over a decade. You know what I mean? And I've been blessed by the grace of God to have the impact that I have had with the Admirals. You know what I mean? In Canada, in the U.S., and other countries. So shout out to you. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, it's a lot of love for you, JT, in Canada. I see you. Okay.
Nah, hey, you authentic, man. Good things happen, man. I don't know. Like you just stay real. I don't be in all that, man. You know me.
Yep.
I stay in my lane and I do my thing, man.
It's the same, just like me. That's why I love you. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to get caught up in all the hoopla, the drama, this and that. Lie low. You know what I mean? And just do what God had me to do, and that's it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's it.
That's my man JT. So man, so we going from hooping to actually now you a trainer and coach. Now,
hey, I don't know. I still hoop.
Oh my bad.
Okay.
My
I
bad,
still
JT.
hoop.
Correct me, please, partner.
Hey, to be honest, and be honest, like it's even more easy now because now I'm at a point where I think the game way I guess it slows down. And
Yes.
I saw you know this ball holic like the longer you play it, the more you've seen. So that's why when people look at LeBron, like you like, oh, he's so smart. Dude been playing since he's like 5 years old.
Yep.
You see so much basketball, although there may be some other things, but you know, and I ain't near LeBron, but I'm like, for me, I play basketball long enough and now I'm teaching it. Now I'm regurgitating it in a different way. So
Right.
me playing basketball is not it's like I play it, you know, just out of the love, but man, I still get busy, man.
Right. See, but that's so but see, he said it's so perfect because he's played for a long time, you feel me? And then watching other guys excel, and then the fact that he's training he got his own trainer, all that together, like you feel me? Your IQ is just man, it just started making sense. Even though basketball is a very complex sport, it's other stuff start making sense. And you're right, and the game just slow down for you. It make it easy.
It slows
right.
down.
Yep. And like you see stuff happening like right before, like you see it, like, oh, I know what's gonna happen. He's gonna come at me real fast and I'm already gonna be gone already. And then it happens. Or you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's just we all know how it go. Whether it be a pass or we read a steal, that's it. We know it's people to make that pass. We see it coming, like that's you know what I mean? So yeah, man. That's crazy how it's like that. And another thing that's crazy, a lot of players don't understand that. Like what you just said, JT, a lot of players don't understand, like after they relax and slow down and start thinking and start, using their brain, then it's like, oh, let me do this. It's gonna be easier if I just do this. If I overthink, I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah.
So
I think there's too, man. There's so much levels of the game that I think we as players we overlook. Especially like growing up, we play the game, we play it, but then we get to a point where you gotta feel the game. And some people bypass the feeling of the game. Like, oh, you see, that dude, young kid, he got good feel for the game. Like it's just like a good awareness of how to play the game. Like a lot of people don't like that portion of the game where it's like a feel awareness. You grow into your later years because you play so much of it. Some young athletes get it right away and they got to nurture it, but that don't happen for everybody right away. Like playing the game, you can play, practice, you can play, you can shoot the ball at a high level. You can probably have raw talent and dunk on like 40-inch verse, all these different things. But that doesn't mean you got good feel for the game.
Right.
So I think there's levels on it. And at this point, it's like, okay, I got a certain good feel for the game. I ain't perfect. I still make mistakes like everybody, but my feel for the game is a lot more than from last time. Let's say I played with Coach Ash. Like me, I'm older, but my feel for the game is a lot more sharper.
Yep.
And that makes a major difference. You know what I
That
mean?
makes a major difference. And I'd rather be, slow and smart than fast and not understand the game.
That part.
Man, you heard what you heard, golly. You heard what you just said? Man, that's like any professional. You get a doctor, you want a doctor who's gonna do it slow and right.
Yep.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like you want a dentist who's gonna take their time and do it, be surgical with your teeth.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You want professionals to do that at a certain level. So for you to get something like that, like that's crazy. That's dope.
Yeah.
Is that part? Well, it's mad love on tonight. It's like a reunion. I don't know. Maybe bringing JT. That was the plug. Everybody's coming out. Shout out to Wit, the American Sniper.
Wit,
you're back to back.
Guy.
Wit.
Salute, man. Hey, listen. Wit is like.
He froze a little bit.
Yeah. Come on, JT. Wit is like.
He froze. There you go.
I say Wit is like an Adonis. He's a Udonis Haslem. He's like a OG, like a vet, like just solid vet.
Yes.
Like Wit is just a vet, like a solid vet, man.
he was
OG.
honestly that piece. When you remember when it was in my first year, we played in the ABA and we met in the finals, the semifinal. They beat us every time, like in the preseason, and then we got into the semifinals, and that's when we finally beat them to make it to the championship. And I was like, "What? Might as well come to the dark side." You know what I mean, baby? You need to go ahead, come over. And sure enough, the next year he signed and ain't never went nowhere. That was been my OG, the mentor. The man can shoot damn near half court or more. He's my shooter. You know what I mean?
I try to
sniper.
shoot competitions all the time. I never once won 1-1.
Yes. And he let me go. So we had everything: shooters, high rise. We had it all. We was literally, like you say, you talking about a pro team. We were a pro team, that had the umbrella, semi-pro umbrella. You know what I mean? So we was going all over the world. That's why we beat Super League Russia, CBA. We was beating teams that we so-called shouldn't have beat because we wasn't getting paid. I'm trying to help these guys get paid. You know what I mean?
Super team, but like we were playing some good teams, man. Solid players.
That's what I'm saying.
So how was it playing for Coach Ashley?
I would say that like if I could bring a comparison, it's like I think Coach Ashley like a Ty Lue because he's like a player coach. You know what I mean? Like for me, I play well in the state. Like I play well when I feel like it's like I got a lot of I'm my back is against the wall. I gotta compete and I got dudes talking. I feed off that. But when we went to Russia, you playing against these guys who it was just like they so cerebral. They ain't trying to talk. There's no feed. There's no bounce pocket energy. And then they're flopping. They doing the and like it's like they're stopping my whole style of game because I'm a defender and I try to press. So for me, I struggle a little bit, 1 or 2 games, and then I remember clearly I was like, yo, I'm like, why am I in my head? How am I struggling? I'm like this is nothing. I'm playing. Coach Ash pulled me along the side, say, yo man, listen, you on this team for a reason, bro. Like why you hard on yourself? You on this team for a reason, bro. Like I know who you are. Like play ball, right? And for me, that shifted everything. Because I'm always hard on myself for the game. So I'm trying to be solid as a PG. I want to be solid. I ain't, you got Lonnie who can score like nothing. You got Wani who can score. You got Jeff who's just like high fly, just jumping over people. So I'm like, I'm coming in this game. I'm on this team, and I'm gonna provide value. I'm gonna shoot, make my wide open shots when I take it, and I'm gonna press up, play defense. I'm gonna create penalty because I can get to the rock. So I'm like, I ain't doing that. So what am I doing? And the coach is like, yo, I got you on the team for a reason, dog. You here for a reason. So my experience with Coach Josh has always been player related. Like he understands, like you say, So he's like, you saw just pull me aside and like, hey man, you good. Just do your thing, play a game. And I think everything shift from that. So,
right.
Yeah, everything shift from that, man. So for me, my level of confidence now, like Coach Josh has helped a lot of that, man. Because when I was playing over there, I was like 1 or 2 games where I'm just like down, I'm like just in my head. And at a point where you get deeper and deeper and deeper. That's why for me, coaching now is such a powerful thing. So you can either break or make a kid.
Yeah.
Right. So, and even for me as a young man, I'm not a kid, but I'm a young man. So for me, I got a lot on my head. Like you know what I mean? So I've already played basketball at a high level to a certain point. So I'm playing against dudes who are actually getting paid to play. I ain't getting paid, but I'm here for the love. Right. So having someone like that just say, put things in perspective. Hey, yo, you here for a reason. You here. So yeah.
And that's good, man. And no, that's good. Damn, that's good, bro. I mean, just the nature of that, like, yo, these dudes is getting money. They playing for a reason. I'm out here for a reason too, but I ain't getting no bread. So this is a different type of play right there. Because I know if I'm going out there playing against some dudes who are getting paid, and it's like, yo, like you said, you're back against the wall, but you just naturally competing, and then that something else just kick in, and somebody else gonna see And like, yo, he playing a little bit harder. There's something going on. Like he might be playing. I think he playing for a job. He playing way harder than these dudes that are actually getting paid. And somebody's helping him. Somebody's verbally. Somebody, maybe the coach, but somebody's helping him out. Yeah. So I see it, bro. That's what's up, man. That's definitely a natural motivation and an inspiration that athletes should have just naturally. Because then, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause a lot of times athletes will get paid and then they'll lose that motor a little bit, or it'll change. You know what I mean? Get comfortable, man. So it's crazy. Wait, how tall are you? What position you play?
I'm 6'1", so I play PG and I can shoot the ball, right? So, but my thing is I get to the rock. I can find, I like try to create, but I've started to space the floor now. I'm like, okay, I'm 6'1", and I had to learn this because you got big dudes. You had one guy who was like, you had like a 6'11" dude on the other side, on the other team. So I mean, me trying to, getting working, and I'm working these European guys, and I'm not gonna get by them easy. But then now having to finish over 6'11" dudes, I'm getting blocked. They're running the other way. So I'm like, my game now, I'm like, okay, I gotta change. I gotta really refocus how I got, that in between game. I gotta really figure that out.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's an adjustment. Like for me now, like easy. Like middies, kill zones. I get into my spot and that's it. I get into my spot.
Hey, and that's crazy. Because I always say it too. The mid range is the most effective shot ever. Because like you said, we get to the paint, and them trees is there. We can't really do nothing, and everybody can't shoot at three. Like that. It ain't. You know what I'm saying? We can shoot it, but everybody ain't gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? We all can attempt that three, but a lot of us ain't gonna make it. But that mid range, that's what we stress it to everyone. I'm a big advocate for the mid range. That's yeah.
Yes, sir.
That mid range definitely got to be on point, man, and that's where everything happens at too. Is that mid range? So
that's where it opens everything up.
It does.
Yep.
How has your experience from hooping now as a teacher? You know what I mean? Because now you have your company. So tell us about your company, right? So I'm gonna lead that, I guess, into your company, but your experience from a hooper and just sound like your IQ from playing, going overseas, all of that. And I know, because from a sense of owning a business and doing this for so long, but you as a player now owning a business, how has that helped you and translated from what you learned then to now to help build your organization and what you're doing?
I would say experience. Like people say, experience is the best teacher. I say experience is a good teacher, but you can't just rely on experience. Experience is just going to take you so far. So for me, I'm the student of the game. So if I'm going to build myself in any position, like I say, full commitment. Me coming to KidSap, being under your coaching, if it means, hey, once or twice a week, you're gonna drive 4 hours, then I'm gonna make that commitment. That's that's in me.
Yeah.
That's just me. Some people ain't like that, but that's what I've decided to do. So when I had the one kid hit me, and I was training, I was working out, I was just in my trying to stay in shape, stay sharp, and apparently it's like, hey, I see how you moving, I see how you playing. Can I get you work with my son? I was like, man, I ain't no trainer. I'm trying to work on my own game. What you talking about? I'm ambition focused, not vision focused.
Got you.
I'm on my own ambition. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to stay sharp, stay in shape. Then it hit me. I said, I'm like, man, I guess I could help this kid out. And then when I started to take that time, and I'm like, okay, I'm researching. All right, well, I mean, I know how to hoop and train and put myself in certain. But let me see what I can do and help this young kid. So when I did that, I started looking. I found Phil Handy. So I was like, oh, Phil Handy, who this guy is? I like his philosophies. Base violence, all this different stuff. Then I started researching more. He works with Kobe. Kobe's my guy. That's my favorite player. I was like, oh, dang. All right, well, that's a no-brainer. I'm gonna search this guy up, and I started searching other people up, and started to develop this love for searching up more. So I'm like, okay, wow, this is a whole another world of basketball. And with that, being who I am, I just immersed. I fully committed. I went straight in, and I started to work this kid, and I started to take it serious. Started boom, boom, boom. Then all of a sudden, the kid just started to blossom, started to get better. He became one of his, top players in his class, and then from there, word of mouth happens.
Yeah.
People start talking, and this is something that like for me, I didn't really plan, and I've had people like even particularly my brother. I started with my brother, and he's like, "Hey, you do this," and then because we started it kind of together, and I was like, "Okay, well, I don't know what I'm gonna call this thing. The kid's coming." So he's like, "Oh, well, we could do this together. You call it here," because he had an umbrella that he already operated and mentored the kids under. So I was like, "All right, well, I could call it this because it's under that umbrella, and I wanted to be a mentorship kind of vibe." So it's just started to grow, man. And then me starting to plug myself under somebody, just like how I saw when I saw Ash. I was like, all right, well, Ash is a solid guy. He's showing me, and I'm working. Anytime I go out, it's consistent.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm gonna plug myself under, right? When I saw Phil, I said, oh well, okay. I see what he's doing. I'm researching everybody. So all right, well, I'm gonna plug myself under. I don't care if you don't know me or not. I'm gonna plug myself under. I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't ask him. I say I'm gonna plug myself under. So for me, that's what happened, and I continue. Consistency is a big deal, man.
It is.
Consistency is a big deal. Like you can't. There's no fruit without consistency. There's no fruit without consistency. And for me, that's what really took things off. And then trusting, I put this on the table. I say, God, this is what I want. This is what I want to do. I want to impact lives. I don't just want to train because I'm not just a trainer. I want to impact lives, and I'm using basketball as a means to do that.
Yeah.
Right. So when I gave that to God and I said, listen, this is what I want to do, and I prayed and I said, this is it, and He just blessed it even more. And I said, okay, well, who am I going to plug myself under and be like, okay, I want to learn from? And I can contact Phil on IG. I just contact her, say, hey man, I love what you're doing. I've been looking at the YouTube videos and I've been studying and that's out the next. He's like, and he just wrote back. All right, man, keep it up, young fellow. That's it. I was like, oh, cool. All right, cool. You say,
all you need.
young fellow. That's it. And I was like, dog, I said, he just wrote back like, keep it up, young fella. So I was like, all right, cool, man. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it up.
Hey, that's crazy. That's crazy. You sound like Coach Ashley, bro. Like you sound like Coach Ashley. I'm serious. Like how you started everything, and you just not want to just put people on, but you want to change lives. And the fact that your faith, you know what I'm saying, family man, faith, play basketball, still can play hoop. You know what I mean? Know a lot of guys, putting guys on, known in your community. I mean, and then the fact that you sound just like Coach Ashley, bro, that's crazy.
That's right.
So, for real though, I'm listening. I'm like, damn, we sound like Coach Ashley, like a mug. Coach Ashley kind of.
That was one of the things that drew me to JT. I mean, I saw all of it. You know what I mean? Like I said, everything's the foundation, based off the foundation, which is what we stand on. Was Christ, and we looked at that and just began to watch how his work ethics and how he listened, how he paid it, like you say, paid attention. You got to think coaching at these different levels. I've been blessed to coach at all these different levels, from middle school, high school, girls, boys, to pros. You know what I mean? And it's all different. And when you start working with pros, especially with men, you know what I mean? There's a lot of egos. There's a lot of stuff that people ain't heard of you, or if they, you know what I mean, whatever it may be. And it's one of those where it's like, man, I'm giving of myself. I'm trying to help you. You know what I mean? And he was one that I want to help. I'm listening. I'm buying into, all of those things. Like, man, this is a humble kid. You know what I mean? And he really wanted, like I said, the sacrifice, you know what I mean? And we talk, and that's the relationship I have with my guys. They'll tell you, we have that kind of relationship. It's not just basketball. You know what I mean? When I go Wani with Jeff, and that's why we're all close. Coach Mike, you know what I mean? had conversations just about life. You know what I mean? If I needed something, and man, I can call these guys. You know what I mean? And Ball Hard, you know how we are. It's the same thing. It's
Yeah.
built that kind of relationship. And so that was the thing, like you said, with JT, just like, man, and I just watch him then, like I said, with his business and how he began to just, I'm watching from afar and he just keep going. I'm like, man, this young man is just doing his thing. You know what I mean? And it's humbling because I had a chance to have a positive impact on all these men. You know what I mean? However minor it may be, big, whatever it is. And that was just my heart desire is like, man, let me use this ball, God, and let me be able to sow seed and have a positive impact on the people that I do get a chance to work with. You know what I mean? And so that's the thing, like I said, with JT. So that's why it sounds like you say we sound alike. I mean, we're similar. If you look at it with what we believe, it's the Great Commission. You know what I mean? To make disciples. You know what I mean? And so for us, it's like, all right, God, you gave us this hoop game. And this is, like they said, a coach can touch more lives than pastors, honestly. One of the most influential people in the world. Yeah. So being able to use that and to hear him, and like I said, I'm old head, you know what I mean? As they say, I'm an old head, and so social media, I'm now finally catching up with it. But to watch and see where he started, and then how I'm watching him travel, and it's more guys that I watched him. G2, it's a bunch of these guys that I know. When these guys came from hooping to now they're some of the best coaches and trainers and mentors in the game. You know what I mean? And I'm sitting here like, wow. And I can call these guys up and say, what's up? You know what I mean? Y'all want to come out and do this? And we can have these conversations and we can reminisce, you know what I mean, about us coming up together. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. We like you said, we ain't talked in a minute, but I always, and he knows, he can call me anytime. I can call him and ask, hey, can you do A, B, and C? Yep, I got you, coach. Hey, you know what I mean? And it's vice versa. It's one of those, and that's the love that God has allowed us to create with the brand. So that's why I tell everybody, the Admirals, for us, it's a real family. It's like, it's a different kind of hoop session. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you know what, the one thing, I mean, Paula, like you probably know the slogan. I'm so mad I don't have that shirt no more. But I always rep, we all eat.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, all right, yeah, that's okay.
We all eat, and that kind of shift for me. My motto is like, man, we on this, we all eat, everybody. So don't matter who, we all eat, and to me, that's just that. I took that personal. Like I'm a sponge, man. Like I take, man, ballholics anywhere I go. If you gonna be, if you giving something valuable, I'm taking it.
Right.
I'm taking it. I don't care. You call me a thief. I don't care.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Hey, listen, ain't nothing wrong with it.
I'm telling you, man. Like, so with Coach Ashman, he had like that kind of mindset and promotion, even the promotion, like putting it on gears and this, that, the next. I've been sponge. It's a sponge. So when I go around Coach Phil, and I'm around, the Lakers, and I'm seeing how he moves. I'm seeing this. I'm a sponge. Like people go around just because they want to be around the aura. I'm like, I am around. I want to be around so I can learn, so I can see what it is. Like I'm a sponge. So even with Phil now, like Coach Phil, like he does stuff with me because he knows, like for me, I'm gonna be authentic. I'm gonna be transparent. And I'm gonna be quality. Like I ain't gonna come on. I ain't gonna bull drive nobody, because the name is all you got. So when he to do his thing, I'm a sponge. I'm reading we all eat the mindset and this, not the next. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, yeah. And I'm seeing how he has his family involved. He has a daughter doing the cheerleading. He has his wife doing this. He has, and everybody else said, oh dang, I'm a sponge. I'm looking. I'm watching. So. That's one thing I definitely took, man. I'm like, we all eat so much. Like, yeah. Right. My motto now is like all about progression. I've always had that stance with me from the Bahamas. I'm from a small island, man. I ain't supposed to be here. I'm from an island of 350 or 400 population.
Wow.
I ain't supposed to be here. So like my stuff is, my road is different.
Yeah.
Like my road is different. So when I'm doing a different country, I tell kids now, pros, kids, whoever it is, I ain't supposed to be here. But God got me here, so I'm a maximize every bit of it.
Right. Yeah. You different, bro. You different, man. You different. Everybody need to hear your story, man. Because we honestly, like all of Americans, we got it lucky, as in opposed to like your situation where you came from, and how growing up in a lot of different third world countries, man. Compared to us, like what I'm saying, your situation, we got it lucky, man. So you got a good story. People need to hear that story.
That, man.
I definitely respect that, man, for sure. And that's what keeps me like level headed and grounded as well. I always think about people worse than the situation I'm in. You know what I mean? And even for guys like Coach Ashley work hard, it's like, bro, like I can't complain about whatever's going on. You got other people working way harder than you, parents and single parents and all kind of different stuff going on in these different countries. And it's like, man, just stop complaining, Cardell. And I just like, man, we got it lucky in America, man. Like we all got it lucky as opposed to everyone else who's working hard and abroad. Because even in London, I'm just like, man, I bet they got to work twice as hard. We in Hastings, and everywhere you go, you gotta drive. Ain't no walking and riding your bike. You gotta drive, right, Coach? Like it's tough, man. So I'm just like, man, it's. So I appreciated every opportunity I had while we was in London. You know what I mean? Whether I was funky, or, you know what I mean? Where we was at, I just appreciated every moment out there, man. And that's just life too. Like, you know what I'm saying? I respect so much about life because it comes from all different angles. Like saying meeting somebody like you yourself, where you know what I mean, you're in a country for only 300 people, like you got a small country, and then to see where you come from, and then now you're the top dog in Canada with your training, man, and then hearing how you talking, man, like damn, them the people that I want in my circle. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm tired of having people in my circle that's using me. You know what I mean? And me not benefiting from it, but they are. You know what I'm saying? And then once I find out, it's all of a sudden they gone. Or, it's just some other BS stuff happen. And then I get put in a situation where I get emotional and I got to show my feelings. And I want to do that, man. So again, God bless you, bro. Keep going with that, man. And hopefully we come out to Canada, man. I'd definitely love to link up with you, man. We're definitely that.
Yes, sir. I mean, that's the connector right there.
Yeah.
That's the connector right there.
Yeah, Coach. Yeah, you make it happen. Coach, make it happen.
We're gonna make it happen. You know what I mean? Just like you said, going back to the whole model, the humbling part that I'm so humble, just how God has been able to use me with it, is the fact that what you said, we all eat. Building a brotherhood in the sense that we look out for one another. You know what I mean? Right. If I don't got it, you got it, and vice versa. And we're going to make it together. We're going to fight together. We're going to do all of these things, you know what I mean, to build instead of tearing each other down. You know what I mean? And so it's one of those, like you said, a lot of times, say if somebody make it, you start hating on them. Oh, I can be easy like, oh, man, JT, man, I did this and that at Jay. You know what I mean? Oh, this Wit, he's doing this. Oh, G2, all of these guys who were successful in what they're doing. All of these guys are fathers, and you know what I mean? When I met them, they wasn't. You know what I mean? Now their fathers are pouring back into their kids, into their communities. They're, doing great in life. And instead of hating on these guys, you know what I mean? And being like, oh, I made you, I put you on. It's one of those where it's like, no, it's all love. Hey, come through. Hey, be a blessing. Come speak to the next generation. How can we still work together? How can we? And that's what we're doing. We've created that kind of bond. You know what I mean? So it's all love. We got players all over the U.S. and other countries that wore the brand. You know what I mean? When you say the Admirals, like we really like that. You know what I mean? If you want to say, in one of those games, one of those is really just all everywhere I can call. And you talking about trying to hoop. You really don't want to hoop with us like that. You know what I mean? And the kind of players.
Yeah, man.
That wear the brand. You know what I mean? We can put a team together and we can play with the best. We done proved it. You know what I mean? And so that's the double. Junior, my man, Junior Lee, Louisiana. You know what I mean? Big Smooth. He's one of my big guys as well. That's what I'm saying. JT, you bringing them all out tonight, bro. You know what I mean? Big Smooth.
That's love.
7, overseas, came out of the Navy. And like I said, all of these guys helped me build this brand. You know what I mean? When you talk about it, without the players coming together, buying in and continue, because it was some rough times. He was part junior. He was that time where I had a bunch of guys where I said, man, bro, just hang in there. We're losing right now, making some changes and that. And he's like, all right, coach. You know what I mean? I got you. He rolled out. And by the time he left, we was winning. We was pro-am. We was going everywhere. He was a part of it. So it's just a bunch of crazy stories I can tell you. And it's so humbling, like I said, to have this brand and to have the family of guys, you know what I mean, that I have that I can call on that who have been with me, and good and bad. You know what I mean? When you sit there and say, hey, when I went through, JT was one of them as well. You know what I mean, bro? I'm going through situations, this and that. He's praying for me. He's encouraging me.
Absolutely.
You know, that is what it's about. You know what I mean? Despite all the accolades, we can sit there, we won this, we won that. That out the window. I need some real brothers who can stand with me and stand behind me when I go through, not just when I'm on top. You know what I mean? And that's what this brand has been able to do. And that's what you in, Ball. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what I was telling you, bro. Come ride with us. And when you begin to meet the family, you begin to be like, oh man, it's that kind of love. And you've seen it every show time we on the podcast, people you meet, it's all love. You know what I mean? And so that's what you're a part of, bro. You know what I mean?
Right. Definitely that. Oh yeah, I'm home, man. I'm home. I'm definitely home.
So Ballaholics, you play for Coach?
Yeah, it's crazy how we met. Was it an invitational, invitational in Tijuana, Mexico? And then one of my first games was against him. But yeah, we stayed at the same Airbnb. And then when we got back, it was just like, yo, like this you? And then I was like, yeah, like, hold on, man, let me holler at you real quick. And then his vision, it just had the same vision, like coming from, me, I did the street ball stuff. He was already been doing it, you know what I mean? And I was just like, my vision was already there. Everything he told me he was doing, I was like, damn, this is what I want to do. I'm right there. So the next day I signed the jersey. That was pretty much the contract. And 3 weeks later, bro, literally 3 weeks later, we in London playing. So, and I didn't even, bro, and I'm not expecting, like, there you go.
I had to pull it on him, bro. I had to get that contract signed.
Man. So I didn't even know, like, so as soon as we got there, I didn't know that I knew I had, of course I had a fan base. I still got a fan base, but I didn't know in London the fan base would be like that. Like, it was like, their team out there, the Ukraine team that recognized me. It was like a T-shirt vendor. Coach Ashley had a few interviews set up for us. And then after that, we went to the Streetball scenery later on. And there were some parents. There was a lady and her 2 kids drove like 2 hours down just to meet me, bro. Like, I didn't know I had a fan base like that out there. Yeah, but I damn near got emotional because it was like, yo, like, we in London and this is happening. Like, damn, like, I didn't think I had it like that. You know what I mean? So it just made me appreciate, and then it just let me know, like, bro, like, you put so much work in, man. Like, this is how much work you put in. You just didn't not do nothing. And, people coming down just to see you, like, you put work in for somebody to see. That means you doing your thing, man. So just giving that love back. And now that's just what it is for me, man. It's just, with basketball on my way out, it's going to be a lot of missions trips. And Coach Ashley mentioned that to me too. Like, we're going to be doing a lot of missions trips where we go and give back, you know what I'm saying? By training, talking to the kids about a lot of different stuff, even the professional athletes, because a lot of these athletes go over the water and
mindset. Right?
Yeah, mindset's got to be stronger than your skill set, and a lot of guys need to understand that. Even when they say, and we talked about in a few podcasts in the past about going over the water, and guys want to go overseas, but when they get over there, now you by yourself, literally. You know what I'm saying? Now what you going to do? All your other teammates and worked out, whatever. Now you're back to the room. What you going to do now? You going to stay in that room? You're going to go out, go get something to eat? Where you going to go? Nobody speak English. Where you going to go? What you going to do? How you gonna spend your money? Where to go get the money from? How you gonna cash your money? It's not like you know what I'm saying? Like all of that. So then that's where, that's where we come in at. You know what I mean? That we speak about financial literacy and, all the other little stuff, man, about being how to be an athlete. You know what I mean? So
That's good.
Yeah, man. So
hold on. I might have to leave this gym because I'm right now.
no.
I had to put up a pop-up shop. They didn't.
Yeah. I see they turned the lights.
I brought my camera. I said because I had a training session, so I'm okay. I might have to leave for this gym. But I don't want. We could keep it going. I think I just gotta just take my camera off.
I mean, we give you a couple of minutes. I mean, it hit that hour mark. That's what they said. Yo, it's been an hour, pimp. You got it. Hey, we're not trying to go home. You know.
Yeah.
We've been on a solid hour already. We've been on an hour, right? About a good hour. We've been on about an hour.
This is a good one.
Didn't even feel that.
I know. Really, it didn't. This has been a
good conversation. That's it. We talking. That's it.
I feel like we need to do it. I got to be home. Give me a part two. Give me a part two.
We're gonna set up a part two.
Yeah, give me a part two.
We're gonna set up a part two. So Streetball the Pro, a part two with JT, because we still got to talk about his brand. There's a lot more we still got to talk about. You know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
I apologize for cutting it. I'm like, hey.
No, you good. You good. This is great for all of us. You know
I gotta follow my man's here, man. I gotta follow. I gotta see. I gotta see this guy. I gotta follow. You got IG?
Oh yeah, yes sir. Cardell_Butler. Yeah, you'll see my logo. Cardell_Butler. You'll see the logo pop up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do that.
And what we'll do, we'll set up a part two. You know what I mean? So for those who's checking in, Streetball the Pro, we're going to shut this one down. This one's just on pause until Paul. You know what I mean? So we ain't going to call this one an end. This is the first. This is the first one. We got part two. You know what I mean?
We got, and that's when it's good. Hey, this is our first time for everyone who's watching. We doing a part two. This is our first one. So JT, JT. We doing a part two for sure. You the first one, bro.
We'll do a part two. So as we close out, at least let folks know how they can follow you, how they can get in contact with you. You know what I mean?
Well, you can follow me personally. I go by J Thompson .242. 242 is the area code. Nassau, Bahamas. I rep it everywhere I go. It's in me. It's on me. It's around me. And then you got Next Generation Athletics for the program. It's all about empowering the next generation athletics, developing skills but leading generations. That's the motto. That's the vision. So Next Generation Athletics, you can follow.
So, all right, everybody, we're ready to close down because we got to let JT go home. You know what I mean? We will have a part two. On the lookout for when part two is going to come out. And we always, you know what I mean? Thank you all for the mad love, all the Admiral family. Thank you all for showing JT and us love, you know what I mean? So it sounds like we got to have a reunion. So we're going to talk more about it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure.
Definitely going to make that happen. You got anything to say before we head out, Ball?
Oh man, JT, bro, again, man, nice meeting you. Again, this hour, I mean, it felt like only 20, 30 minutes of talk, and it is an hour. That's crazy. We could talk for another hour, man. I just had so much more to ask about, just your program and, the training and all of that stuff, man. So I'm going to say that for the next ones, for sure, man. But again, it's nice meeting you, bro. Definitely.
It's a pleasure meeting you too. Always fun connecting with you, Coach.
You already know, JT. We appreciate you. Until next time, Ballaholic.
Salute, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, Coach.
All righty.